What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So as you guys can see, I'm moved back home. This is my bedroom and everything. Still sad that the season's over. I haven't done another video since the last one where the season did end. So I'm going to be talking to you guys today about how the season went team-wise, personally, and also what my plans are going forward for the future. So should be a pretty good video, but we're going to go ahead, roll the intro, and then we're going to get into it. So like you guys saw in the last video, our season did end. We won the first game of the playoffs and we played Tormenta 2. And it was a crazy game, went into overtime, and we ended up losing though. So we had to drive back home from Virginia. We said goodbye, and everybody pretty much either went back to college or back home the very next day, or at least that week. So it was like, it was over in an instant. It was crazy because if we would have won that game, we could have been playing for like another 2 to 3 weeks. And to go from the anticipation that you could go for another 2 or 3 weeks to finishing to where you're leaving in 2 to 3 days. It was really crazy. It was really hard. Like personally, I took it really hard. Like we all got super close. We truly were a family. We weren't just a team. We weren't just teammates. We really were brothers and a family. And to have to like say goodbye to everybody and everything was super tough. But now it's time to move on. It's time to look forward and keep growing and keep looking for the next opportunities. But looking back, we did have some great accomplishments. We almost went through the whole regular season completely undefeated. We only had one fluke game where we lost, and some crazy things happened kind of leading up to that game. But we did end up losing that one to Tampa, who had a very good performance there at the end of the season. But we did lose that game, but it was on the road. So we were able to still go completely undefeated at home and everything, which was really cool. We did win the Southeast Division title, which was also another good accomplishment. We just wanted to go all the way, win the conference final and win the national final, but didn't work out that way. But there was still a lot to be proud of. We had a lot of players go on and do great things. We have people that are currently being scouted by like MLS teams. We had one guy leave to go over to Spain for a pro trial. So we had a lot of good accomplishments from a lot of different guys going on to do different things. And overall, it was a really good season, a lot to be proud of. Now I'm going to talk about me personally and how I think the season finished out for me. And I think overall it was a good season. It was a great learning experience. I feel like it was like a summer long full of just growth and experiencing new things, stepping out of my comfort zone and playing at like a very high level and everything. So overall, I think it was a really good season for me personally in terms of growth and getting experience. At the beginning of the season, I was feeling really confident, felt really comfortable. And it was kind of crazy because like I felt like I kept improving a lot more, but also at the same time, like everybody else was like improving a ton. So by the time the midway point of the season hit, I just found it really tough for me to break into the 18 lineup. I honestly know I wasn't doing enough to get into the 18. With that being said, I did have so much growth. Like, it's insane looking back at like things that I used to have a hard time with, and like now I can do things so much more easier. And even with UPSL games, like last season, I was probably like an average player, would have good games, have some bad games here and there, but I've already played another game with my UPSL team. We're already starting up a cup competition. And after playing at the Villages, like everything seems so much slower. The game feels like it's way more calm in my mind. Like everything feels a lot sharper for me personally. So I take that as a huge win because I got so much experience and everything, and I'm now able to use that in other leagues and other teams now as I look to continue to move forward. So I learned a ton, I grew a ton, and even though I didn't get as much playing time as I would have liked with the Villages, it still was such a great opportunity for me to continue to grow and to try new things. Most of you guys know my story and know that I've only been playing for 4 years. I really do think it's a miracle from God. He's the one that I feel like has called me into this profession, and he's provided so many avenues to keep helping me achieve my next, my goals and achieve success at different levels. And to be competing with guys who have been playing since they were 3 and 4. We had guys who had played professionally in Portugal and England and Brazil, like all over the world. And I was actually hanging with those guys. Like I was competing for spots against guys that had been at that high level. And obviously I'm not at that level yet, but I was still able to compete with them and learn from them every single day in training. And I know it helped me out a ton. So even though I didn't do everything that I wanted to achieve, it was such a great experience for me to get out of my comfort zone, really be challenged in myself and in my abilities. And overall, it has led to a lot of growth. There are always points in your career where you're gonna have to do that. Sometimes whenever you jump up to the next level, jump up to a higher league, you're going to be more of the bottom player or whatever, but you're going to learn so much and you're going to grow. So then whenever you move on to the next season or next chapter, you'll then be ready for whatever comes. Like I'm so much more prepared now for my UPSL season because of the time I spent in the USL 2. I'm really hoping that going into this UPSL fall season that I'm gonna have a good year, Lord willing. And I know it's gonna come from God allowing me to have the opportunity to play in the USL 2. So now I'll be able to use that knowledge and experience that I gained to be able to perform at the UPSL level so I can go back to the USL 2 next year feeling even better, feeling even sharper, and hopefully be able to look to get either a starting spot or a spot on the 18 every week. But right now that actually is my current plan. I'm going into the UPSL playing in the fall unless some other kind of opportunity comes up. But what I really need right now is game time because I played with the Villages and we did a lot of inter squad games or friendlies and everything that I got to play in. And obviously I was a part of the one game at home. But I need more game time. I need to just find my goal scoring rhythm. I need to find my overall game playing rhythm so that way I can carry that into next season. So it might not be ideal. It's definitely not the most professional environment, especially after experiencing life in the USL 2. But at least on my team, we still have some good players, some great players. And we have a new coach that I'm really excited about. And I really just am looking forward to this season, just growing as a person, growing as a player, and looking to improve. So that way, whenever the 2022 USL 2 season starts up, I'll be ready to go and hopefully be able to fight for a spot. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. I actually have team training today with my UPSL team, and then we have another game this weekend in the tournament cup that we're playing in. So it's good. I've been able to hop right in, get game time and everything else, and I had a really good performance last weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to continue that, and hopefully things will continue to get better and better. But that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I've got some more videos coming up in the future that I feel like you guys are really gonna like. Gonna be some good videos. That's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for now. I'll catch you guys in the next video.